This is the Slow Wardrobe. Come and have a look. Hello, welcome to episode 109 of the Slow Wardrobe podcast. My name is Linda and I'm your host. In this episode, I'll give you an update on my fiber-related knitting and crochet, general craft antics, all fiber-related though, before we dive back into Layercake to introduce a brand new trouser shape for the Slow Wardrobe. Very excited about this one, and I hope you are too. But before we get there, let's first see what I've been up to with all my threads these past 2 weeks. Here we go with the knitting and crochet update. Yes, so one update I can show you here without any work that I've done on it. The only thing that I have done, as you can see, I've decided that I was not going to go ahead with the gingham section at the bottom of the jumper. It was a decision for two reasons. First of all, the aesthetics. I was not sure that I was going to like the look of the end result. But the other reason is that it takes literally twice as much yarn because it is a piece of double knitting. So my gauge was slightly bigger and I figured that I could kind of pull that into line through blocking, but it was also a lot heavier. So altogether, I decided that even if I'm going to like the look of it, I'm not sure I'm going to like the feel of it. It was very slow going. I know for a fact that I'll like the jumper if it's just a plain stripe. So I decided to get rid of the gingham, which was a lot of work. It was very slow going. So at least I can motor on faster again with my regular stripes now. But I haven't given this jumper any other further love yet, and I'm unlikely to do so again in the next couple of weeks because I have there was one, but now three other projects that have caught my attention and will continue to do so, partially because there's a little bit of time pressure behind at least one of them. The first project I started just a week before last, when I was getting ready to fly to the Netherlands to go and see my mum for her birthday. She has turned 86, so every year is another year that I continue to enjoy her presence in my life, and I do not want to take that lightly. So I try to go see her for her birthday every year, and a couple of times beyond that as well if I can. But the January visit is very special because my birthday is in January as well, just later on in the month. And January is always a bit of it's all a bit dark and a bit miserable after the excitement of Christmas, and for her as well, of course. So to then have that special visit where I just go by myself on my own and have a lot of uninterrupted time with her to craft together, to do jigsaw puzzles together, and to yak the day away is really, really nice. And I hope to be able to keep doing that. But because, of course, I'm flying there and back, I wanted to take a small project, and rather than a bulky jumper on the plane and whatever, I decided to bring something small. And that is a crocheted scarf, a long shawly scarf called Bohemian Rhapsody, with yarns from, oh my gosh, I've forgotten, of course, the yarn company, Renaissance Dyeing. I've thought of it in time. Renaissance Dyeing, which was based in France, but run by an English lady who dyed yarns all with natural dyes in an amazing palette of colors. And this particular scarf or shawl is crocheted using the full gamut of 75 colors. So it's got the kit that I bought for it has got 25 meters of each of 75 colors of thread in it, like thin lace weight merino, and a 2-ply, and a pattern for the Bohemian Rhapsody. And I will show you how far I got until now. So this is about 10 days of crochet, and I have completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a bit. So on average I take 2 days to complete one repeat of the pattern. One pattern repeat consists of a square of different sized granny squares. I will show you one square, if I can fold it correctly, just to give you an impression as to what one square includes. That's one square, and that consists of a couple of medium-sized granny squares, one big one and some small ones. And then there are lots of variations, of course, in which you copy and repeat that square with different colors every time. And the whole thing is going to be a long, multicolored scarf or shawl that will, of course, go with anything and everything, because it's got 75 different colors in it. So the project started with 75 little hanks of yarn that all need to be wound up in to be able to crochet with them. And the recommendation is that you just use little pieces of card. Every yarn number gets numbered with a sequence number for the pattern from 1 to 75. So every thread, every piece of 25 meters of thread ends up on a little card like that with its own corresponding number. Then you make 3 groups of your 75 colors. So I've got 3 little bags like this, and then you work in different combinations of the different bags. So it is an absolute labor of love. It takes ages. It's not fast, but I love it. I love it. I love the process. I'm so hooked on the hooking that is crochet still at the moment. I'm not a very neat crocheter. I'm very new to the craft of crochet, but I take to it. I find it easy to read. I understand exactly what I'm doing. A lot of repetition here, so I'm learning to increase my speed very, very quickly because I'm doing so much of it. And all in all, yes, a big thumbs up. I love it. So that's what I've been working on. But then that was joined this past weekend with the first assignment that came with course that I started. The course is called Tessellation Nation. The course was put together by Sue Maton of the Mercery. Sue is a crochet specialist, but really specializes in color and color combinations as well. And the Tessellation Nation course is partially to get better and like really sharpen your teeth on colors and color combination, and partially more complex combinations of shapes to knit or to crochet blankets with. And the shape that Sue has chosen is one of the most complicated shapes to crochet in large numbers because of the shapes that in between that you end up with, and that's a pentagon. So from a math point of view, there's some interesting challenges there, as well as being able to depict your designs in a way and in a way that ends up being aesthetically pleasing with those challenges of the kind of in-between shapes that the use of pentagons throws at you. So that's an interesting one. But we're right at the start of, I think it's going to be like a 6-month course, and right at the beginning you're asked to play with color and color combinations and make a big color wheel, for example. I haven't finished my color wheel yet because I'm still waiting for some magenta paint. I had it the other colors, but you can't really achieve nice bright pinks without magenta. So hopefully by the end of today there'll be some magenta paint waiting for me so I can finish my color wheel. I've started but haven't finished it yet. But what I did do, I'll show a photograph of it here. I don't know yet this side or that side, one or the other. I'll show a photograph of the 7 in total color collages that I made, where you end up starting with colored pieces of paper that you tear out of magazines and whatever, and then you add paint and crayon, etc. So you end up making a color collage in those 7 main colors. And I finished that, spent all afternoon yesterday. My goodness, these things take a lot of time. And in typical me style, I was like, do I really need to do this? Well, do I need this? I know that I had lots of reasons not to do it. It was like, come on, I've signed up for this course. What is this about? Not wanting to do something. If I would have to turn up somewhere in person, then I would do these, execute these exercises without any grumbles. So because it's online, I try to make excuses where I start to cut corners before I've even started the course. It's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this properly. So I've gone through the motions. I spent all afternoon doing my 7 color collages, as well as the first half of my color wheel, and then maybe tonight or tomorrow, depending on how I go for time, may have to wait until next weekend, I can finish my my color wheel and then see what is in store next. So far so good. I've enjoyed it already, and I can't wait to get stuck into some proper design work, because this is all just sharpening the knives to get ready to do some proper color combinations and do some design work. So, and that's what I'm there for in the course. So that is a big time vortex as well at the moment, giving proper attention to that course, and I'll keep reporting back on it. I'm really enjoying it so far. And then the third project I haven't actually started yet, but again, just this past weekend, as a complete coincidence, I caught another Instagram post by Isabel Kramer, who was doing another call out for a test knit. As you know, I did as you may know, I did the You'll Do sweater or jumper, which I'll show you here in end of November, beginning of December, a Christmas jumper that I knitted using Le Petit Lamb's wool by Biche et Bouche. And now there is a call for a really big, thick, squishy shawl. I think it's a triangle shawl. I show the photograph of it here that Isabel posted of herself wearing the shawl. And it's a shawl, it's called Mutsch, and which is, I think it's like a way to refer to your mum in German. It's like a term of endearment to say the word mum. And of course this is a big hug of a shawl. It's very cozy and very comforting, and it is knit in a yarn that I bought last year from Tribe Yarns in an undyed version. I bought the undyed version. I think all the dyed ones were sold out, or because I thought, oh, I'm going to dye that myself. So I haven't actually gotten around to doing that. So my yarn is still undyed, but with this pattern coming up and with this call for a test knit, I thought actually I'll be able to use that yarn called Manchelope from Wool Dreamers. So it's one of those unspun yarns, which I've never knit with yet, which why I bought it in the first place, because I was excited to have that a go. I think it's on a 5mm needle, so this is going to be a project that flies off the needles in the space of a couple of weeks. But it may mean that I put everything else except for my course on hold yet to get that test knit out of the way. And my idea is to knit the shawl in the undyed yarn and then to dye the shawl after it's been knit, either in one solid color or I start playing. I don't know yet, but at least I don't run the risk of felting the unspun yarn before it's even been knitted. I will knit my project first and then I will dye it. I think it's a safer option, so I love the idea. And again, I'll keep you posted with pictures and progress over the next couple of weeks. But that's been it in terms of where my knitting and crochet has been at. Mostly crochet, like I said, apart from 75 little cards that I've wound in order to be able to crochet this. But the Bohemian Rhapsody in crochet, taking back, that was a lot of work, because in that double knitting and then with these grippy yarns and then the yarns wound around each other, it took me a couple of hours to undo those 3 inches or so of double knitting that I had. But this jumper is set back up to just be a stripy jumper with no other things. And if I decide that I really want a piece of gingham in those same colors, knitted gingham, then of course I can just knit a gingham scarf to go with it, and then have that introduce the gingham to the jumper that way, rather than have a piece that's attached to it. So that was that. This is this. My course is going, and then in 2 weeks' time I will be able to hopefully show you a big piece of Manchelope Much shawl by Isabel Kramer that I'll be working on as part of the test knits. So that's it for now, and let's get going. Let's get going with the Layercake section, the garment section, another exciting linen introduction in the shape of a new trouser called Slackers. Enjoy. Here I am with a new pair of trousers, brand new pair of Layercake trousers. I'm so excited about these because I've been wanting to do them for so long, but we needed a proper bit of time to develop the pattern, develop the shaping and the design in general, make a couple of toiles, tweak it a little bit. So we needed some proper time to develop the design, and it's very difficult throughout the year to find that time, even now that we don't do as many shows anymore. But over Christmas and the New Year, everything tends to slow down a little bit. So we squeezed in, thanks to Andrea doing work in between Christmas and New Year, which she prefers to do. So it wasn't through pressure from me, but it's really her preference. That meant that we had a bit of extra time and new design. So the Layercake Slackers, they are looking like a normal pair of trousers on me at the moment when I wear them with one of the regular length love dresses. This is a regular length love dress, my own one, washed and worn to death in Magpie, and I'm wearing it over the top of a pair of the long large Slackers. Now the Slackers really come in terms of circumference around your bum only in one size, but what we do is we vary the size of the elastic to fit multiple waists. We've tried putting this size trouser with different waist measurements on a range of different people, taller and shorter, wider and narrower, and it works really well, a little bit like the high-lows. But to make it as versatile and to make the appeal as broad as possible, we do it in the different waist measurements and 2 different lengths. This is the long length. I'm wearing little heels, but you can see that they don't really touch my heels. So when I wear regular flat trousers with the long length, they just sit to on top of my foot. That is a 42-inch from the waist down, but I'm tall, of course, so we do it 4 inches shorter, the 38-inch length which is in line with, for example, the palazzos, which are also meant to be full length. So, and introducing it in 4 really nice base colors. First of all, black, which is what I'm wearing right now, and showing it here with the dress so that you can see that they just look like trousers. But it's when you pull them up, when I pull the dress up, and you can see the rest of the trouser. Of course, I'm going to style it with lots of other garments. So you can see that dropped crotch, which goes down to about knee height. That's knee height at the longer length trousers, as well as knee height at the shorter length. So we've made them such that it's knee height on just about everybody in between the 5 and the 6 foot height range. But yeah, here's the first one in black. And of course, I'm going to style it with some other layer cakes to show it off a bit more and show off all the elements that make up the slackers. So here they are in their full glory, all the way up on my wrist, well, almost. They have, of course, an elasticated waist like all our trousers do, but the pockets are different. These are called slash pockets. It's an inset pocket with a diagonal line. So it creates a nice smooth line over your hips and very easy access. Of course, they're huge, like all our pockets are. Even if I spread my hand as wide as I can't touch all the edges of the pocket. They go all the way down to here and all the way across, and they are caught in the waistband, so they don't end up tilting down and hanging down. They kept properly flat into place against your body. So slackers in the front and slackers in the back. This is the shape. As you can see, nice and wide. You've got lots of room to move. You have lots of room to take big steps, cross your legs, all of that. Same as with our other trousers. And worn here with cocoon love top. As you know, very recently there was an order that my little production unit, not mine, the little production unit that I found that is making our jersey for us, because we don't have the right kind of machinery here at the studio. So they make the production, the jersey production for me. And they were making, we're supposed to be making anytime tops in black, grey and slate, and they made love tops instead. So I'm swimming in black and anthracite love tops in a cotton, but I also now have love tops in grey, which I didn't have before. So every downside has got an upside. We're scraping fabric together to, at the moment, make some more anytime tops, because I'm running out of stock, which is where we were making them in the first place. So hopefully before the end of January, we've got some new anytime tops in some of the out of stock colors, sizes I mean. And meanwhile, I've got love tops as well for you in the cocoon range, shown here a size 1 love top on my size 20 bum, because I've got a bit of a size difference between top and bottom. I'm an 18 here and a 20 at the bottom at the moment, and you can see how the trousers still have lots of room. So if you are a bigger bottom, then they will still fit if in doubt. Check the fit page, the fit guide on the page, because it will give you garment measurements. I think it's a 60 hip, may even be more. But anyway, check the fit guide, and if you want slackers in a bigger size, or you really want them in a smaller size, then we can do a bespoke make for you. Drop me a line if you're interested in that, and we can discuss it. But as a starter, here are the black slackers in with the large waist elastic, which is on the other trousers we do 26-inch waist for the small, and then a 32-inch waist for the large. In these I've gone up a little bit, so it's a 28 waist for the small and a 34-inch waist for the large. And then we go bigger again, another 6 inches up, so it's a 40-inch waist for the extra large. So let me dress this up a little bit, this outfit, so you can see the slackers worn with some other layer cakes. Here it comes. Here's the Jan jacket. Jan jacket also in magpie. I'm sticking with a couple of magpie garments. I'm in a bit of a magpie mood today, I guess. So the magpie Jan, of course, with the contrast fabrics in the facings in black. Worn closed at the moment, as you can see, just to give you an idea of where the Jan jacket falls down to on top of your slackers. You'll be able to see that dropped crotch very clearly, and yet from the side a pair of slackers looks like a regular pair of trousers. You can only see that drop crotch in the front and back. Of course, that drop crotch also allows you to wear other pieces underneath it that are tucked in, that are longer or bigger, a little bit like what we have with the baggies and with, of course, the play suits. You can wear things underneath or tucked in, like tunics and whatever, depending on what kind of look you're wanting to create. You can tuck that in and into the trousers and then wear something else over the top if you want to hide your waist. So there are styling options that you wouldn't necessarily have with a regular pair of trousers, even though they just look like regular trousers from the side. Let's keep going and show you some more styling options. Same outfit, black slackers, black cocoon love top, but now worn with the cocoon vest over the top. Because the vest is sleeveless, it doesn't mean that you have to just wear it in summer. As you can see, it's wonderful as a top over the top of another outfit. This is the size 1, so it's slightly, hair on my nose, slightly fitted around the bust, but of course you can wear it more oversized as well if you want. And instead of wearing it over the top of your outfit, of course you can wear it underneath as well. Main thing to point out though, again, is how effective and how eye-catching a pair of slackers are in combination with a hip length tunic like this. Ready for the next one? Here it comes. So this is part of the outfit that I'm wearing to the studio myself today. This is my own wrap dress in the magpie stripe. And I thought I'd show it to you here for 2 reasons. First of all, to remind you that the damson color of the cocoon play suits and vest has got a slight hint of green in it, just like magpie does. And as such, it is a wonderful color to combine with magpie. And because I was wearing it here, I thought, ooh, let me show you that. But secondly, to show you what the wrap dress looks like on top of the slackers. Tying it up in one direction and then, of course, in the other. Here we go. Just a quick single tie. Show you what it looks like and specifically show you the length of it in combination with the slackers. As you can see, you can just about see the crotch of the slackers peeping out underneath the dress. But if I stand like this, again, they just kind of look like regular trousers. Really effective, I think. I'm so in love with them, I can't tell you. Finally, I've been wanting to make these for, well over a year. So I'm a little bit overexcited that they're finally here. Let's move on to the next color. Now, I want to show you one more Jan jacket. Again, with this damson. Another favorite color combination. This is the Jan jacket in teal sky, and the facings are in deep sea. And again, there's elements of green in that, which of course then get picked up by the green in the beautiful damson blue. So Again, lovely combination of the vest and the Jan jacket. And then of course, when it gets warmer, I could leave out the cotton love top and just have the vest and the jacket over the top of that for a lovely spring outfit. But let's move on to the next color of the Slackers. Here it comes. Here's the second color, Mist. Mist crossweave linen, a replacement of steel, really soft, really ethereal and very versatile. Worn here with a shirt in size 2, so nice and roomy on me, and you've got that really nice undulating hemline, shorter in the front, longer in the back, really sophisticated looking and very, very pretty, I think, pleasing to the eye, and of course super comfortable. Worn with the Slackers in the shorter length. Of course, we always make samples in both lengths to make sure that they all work. Now, I would not wear this length in the Slacker because of my height, and not because I don't like a cropped trouser, but because we've made them such that the crotch is higher on this, because it really is supposed to be worn by shorter frames. So if I want to create the effect that this Slacker color would have on me in the longer length, I would have to drop it like that, and then you're back to the look of the long length Slacker. So wearing it here though in the shorter length to show you that the effect is no different, and some people may actually prefer to have that crotch a little bit higher. So if you like the idea of the crop look and you like the idea of a slightly higher crotch, then you might, despite a taller height, still prefer the regular length Slacker. Let's keep dressing this up. Let's introduce some color to this outfit as well. Did you expect this? A size 1 vest top over the top of a size 2 shirt. Works a treat. I've said it to you before, you can play around with your sizes, and with a lot of Layercakes you can actually wear a smaller size over the top of a larger size. Well, if this doesn't prove the point, then I don't know what does. I love this look of having like a sleeveless, it's like a little bit retro looking, a sleeveless top, but then over the top of long sleeves, over the top of a shirt. Finish this sentence, Linda. But then with a really modern twist by making it a long tunic length and giving it that A-line to give it a really pleasing, flattering shape. Right, let's keep adding color, shall we? Option number 1, I've added the Jan jacket back in the teal sky color. And then of course I can play with my sleeves, for example, fold up the sleeves of the Jan jacket, which then allows me to get the cuffs of the shirt to peep out, which I can then fold as well, so I can get that color coming back. I can wear this open or closed depending on how wintry it is. And of course, by wearing it open, I create a nice long line. I don't cut my silhouette in half with that, like I did with that vest tunic, for example. And this is a nice elongating line of having a jacket open and creating that column of color in the middle. But let's keep going. I've got more colors to show you. Specifically to show you what a smock looks like in combination with a pair of Slackers, I will drop these to show you what the full length effect would look like. Be more like this. And then worn with one of the new colors, the new large check or large new check, however you want to say it, in the collection, with the beautiful dark teal color and the dark gray, and of course the black currant in it. We have still got some of this fabric left, so we can make you a smock or a tabard to go with this outfit. I think Mist and the large new check and natural undyed linen together are just stunning. But it's also to show you the silhouette here. I will show you another color of smock to go with mist as well, and that's of course the blackcurrant. Here it comes. And if a shirt is just not your thing as an underpinning, here's an example of the grey cocoon love top that I was talking about, made by mistake because it was supposed to be an anytime top, but now that I have them, of course, great. Moving into spring as well, these lighter colors, and of course wonderful with worn with mist. And here you can see the mist and the blackcurrant next to each other, just to show you in case you've got one of these or one of the other garments in blackcurrant, just to show you that next to mist and show you how effective a combination it is. And then against the neutral of the grey love top. Let's keep going though, I've got more. Brown, the brown cross weave, the third color in our slacker lineup of 4 new colors today. And what a beauty it is. Brown, our brown cross weave has been with us forever, and I always overlook it. It is such a beautiful color because it's a very nice, warm, rich brown, and beautiful red brown, but then toned down by the cross weave with black. One of our original basic colors. It's still with us, and it really deserved a little bit of spotlight for all you brown lovers, and for me as well, because I mean, look what it is like against the blackcurrant. It's a stunning combination. But blackcurrant is not the only color to show off against it. How about comparing it with fig? Because of course blackcurrant and fig, I get a lot of questions about how blackcurrant and fig compare to each other. So let me show this outfit, but then with a fig smock instead of a blackcurrant smock. Here it is. And here's fig, just slightly softer, slightly less contrast rich than blackcurrant is. Blackcurrant, of course, in a cross weave of a red purple with black, and fig being a red purple and dark grey, just slightly softer, and again gorgeous combination with the brown. So either of those two colors are wonderful, and either of those two, if you've already got them in your wardrobe or you fancy adding them, are a wonderful combination. We are virtually out of blackcurrant in the heavy weave, but it's coming in the medium weave for spring summer. So blackcurrant is a color that's here to stay, but in a more summery weave coming up this spring. So more blackcurrant garments coming as well. Still, let's stick with this lovely brown pair of slackers and show you 1 or 2 other colors to combine it with. First of all, here is the small check in a mini tabard that I'm wearing really oversized. So this is a size 3 mini tabard, and a lovely example, I think, of how some layer cakes work extremely well when you wear them oversized. It means that I could wear a much more bulky top underneath, or something with huge sleeves, and it wouldn't fight with the mini tabard. They would all work lovely together. And of course, as is the intention, the mini tabard hangs down over your tummy, so it takes the emphasis and the accent of that middle section of your body away and just shows off the rest of the outfit instead. Really effective and a wonderful combination with the brown cross weave. 1 more color to go, and then we'll move to the last of the 4 slackers in this lineup, this launch. Here comes the last color to go with the brown. Well, there's lots of colors that go with brown, but the last color I'm going to show you this time. So this, of course, is about the color as much as it is about the shape. This is the medium length duster in chartreuse. Chartreuse, of course, wonderful against the brown and lovely against the small check. And a really nice alternative shape to show you to the Jan jacket, where this is a real A-line and shows that undulating hemline, shorter in the front, longer in the back. Very different from the closure and the shape of the Jan jacket, which has got more of a balloon shape to it, and then has this really unusual kind of cutaway front that creates that V, which again is a very elongating shape when you've got it closed, whereas this is more of a jacket shape and less, lines kind of crossing over in the front, more of a sweep to the back, and then that really nice sweepy hemline, longer in the back and shorter in the front, and hopefully you get an idea of how it goes with Slackers in this combination. Last but not least, one more color to go, and of course it's our beautiful purple color. Here it comes. Last but in no ways least, our Looking for Lilac Slackers, here again in the long length and worn with a joy jacket, our boxy double-sided joy jacket, worn here with the purple side out. As you may remember, the joy jacket has got a herringbone on the one side, and then has got the undyed linen on the other side. The herringbone is a color, a bright color, or not so bright color in some cases, and then cross woven with undyed linen. So hence the combination with the undyed linen in the lining. However, it isn't a lining really. Remember the trick with this jacket and turning it inside out? I'll show you one more time, and partially because it looks so good in combination with Looking for Lilac in the Slackers, and then having the purple as an accent rather as a whole outfit of purple jacket and trousers. Let me see if I can do this in one fell swoop without undressing myself completely and without undoing the jacket. So, jacket inside out. Managed to keep my love top on. Not easy. I always overheat when I'm filming these because, of course, I've got so many outfit changes. So, here it is, the other way around. I can turn the collar outside in, inside out, like that, so you can see the purple a bit better. And of course I can then, God, I've got another hair. Very hairy nose today. Hairy nose. I can then of course turn these back again to just show a little bit of purple with my trousers and keep the rest really neutral. And wear them open as well, of course, like that. Sort out the top and the bottom and wear it as a set like this. As you can see, that love top is relatively short on me because of my extra height, but also as an alternative, of course, I could wear a love tunic rather than love top. But here it is as a love top, still perfectly acceptable. It just depends on how much coverage you would want in the front. And I don't give a very accurate impression here because of my extra height. So on most people, this top will fall slightly longer than it does on me. So, 2 more things to show you before I sign off for today. Here comes the first one. Here is my size 2 blackcurrant smock, worn underneath a size 1 fig mini tabard. So here you can see a smaller mini tabard on me, of course narrower and a little bit shorter as well, because there's less fabric to go around, literally. But both of them very, very nice colors to wear in combination with the Looking for Lilac Slackers. So this is all staying on the purple side of the color wheel. And let me now add one contrast. I'll grab that beautiful chartreuse medium length duster again to show the contrast with the purples, just as a sign off. Here it comes. There it is, showing Layercake at its best, I think. Lots of different shapes and different colors, and different silhouettes worn on top of each other, making for can't be called anything else than a beautiful, striking outfit. Eye-catching, made very eye-catching, not just with the shapes, the unusual shapes and the beautiful color combination, but also that contrast with that pop of chartreuse over the top. And of course, if that's a bit too much for you and you like the idea of wearing purple and chartreuse together, then that chartreuse can always be brought back in an accessory or a little shawl or a scarf instead of just an entire garment. And you could keep the jacket that you wear on top of this a little bit more in keeping with the other colors of your outfit. Still, here it is. Here are the 4 colors of the new Slackers. I hope you love them as much as I do, and give them a go. If you have any questions or comments or feedback, let me know. And until the next time around, in about 2 weeks' time, I'll see you again soon.